Hey guys, it's a beautiful day in South Carolina. It's like 85 degrees, probably 75 here in the shade where I'm at. Today I wanted to show you how I'm going to make a crucible for my furnace out of a propane bottle. This is actually a MAP gas bottle, but you see it's just a regular, I don't know what you call that, pint bottle. I guess about a 14-ounce bottle. What I did was I drilled a hole on both sides. I started out with a small bit like this, drilled a small hole very cautiously, but I made sure first that this was empty. I put the top on it and I lit it and let the torch burn. Put the torch on it, that's the top, I should say torch. Put the torch on it because it was already low. I mean, it barely had anything in it. And I got the torch burning and let it burn till it burned itself out. And that helped to vacuum out all the gas that was in here. After I did that, I left the torch open overnight to make sure that there was anything in there that it would vent out and get air inside. After I drilled these two holes, one is for to allow, so you don't get a vacuum or get airlocked or anything, because pressure is your enemy. It can cause the bottle to explode. But once you get those holes drilled in there, what I did, as you can see, is I put water in there. And that way, if there's any residue in there of the gas in liquid form, that it'll displace not only the gas, but bring the liquid out as well. So I'm going to drain this one and fill this one up with water, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my can clamped down here. I'm going to take my angle grinder and I'm going to cut it off about where the seam is right here. You can make it as tall as you want, but I think for my purposes right now, I'm going to stick with this one being shorter. I may make the yellow one taller, up here somewhere, but this one's mostly going to be for like melting silver, so I don't want it too high, so I'm going to cut it about right here. So let me take my angle grinder and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, here's my propane tank with the lid, the top part cut off. The liquid you see in there is water from where I filled it with water. Now I just need to file this edge down. Then I want to drill a hole on both sides and to add some bolts so I can lift it out of the furnace when it's hot. And I'm not 100% sure, put something on the bottom that has these holes, so I might use those to put a hook in to tip it so that I can empty it into the mold. So let me get the file out and hit these edges, and I'll be right back. Okay, I actually ended up using my Dremel to sand this off. Couldn't find my file, but I went ahead and drilled the holes in the sides, and I left that little hole in the middle so that I could tip it with a hook. So now I'm going to go through my little screw cup here and see if I can find something that will screw itself into one of these holes, because I don't really want a nut on the outside. I would weld it, but I'm out of welding wire and I won't be able to get in until I get paid. So if any of you guys want to send me some, that's just fine with me. So let me find the right screw to go in here that will stay put once I screw it in, and I'll be right back. Okay, there you have it. I put the bolts through. Now I need to make a little tool with a hook on each side so that I can reach down into the furnace and pick it up like so, and then make another little hook so I can grab the bottom and tip it. I think what I'm going to do is take my screwdriver and maybe stick that in that crack like that, and just kind of knock a little spout into it to help it flow more to a point. I think that would be better. Here's the top that I cut off of it. Doubt I can use it for anything. Somebody made the suggestion that I take a piece of steel and roll it into a crucible. So I did that, and this is what I got. I welded it. I did not know at the time I was welding this that my welder wasn't welding at full capacity because I had it on a power cord. It mainly works better when you have it closer to the main breaker. So you see the mess I have on the inside where it would not weld because it wasn't getting hot enough, and then it just clumped up on the outside instead of flowing, and it leaks. That's why I welded on the inside. But yeah, I need a lot more practice. But anyway, I can do small things like, you know, just tack welding these here in place if I had some wire, but I didn't have any. But that's what you got. I think that'll make a pretty good crucible. It'll last for a few pours, you know. Mainly want to melt some silver in here. See how it works out. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow, and kind of want to make her something, but I still don't know what. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, let me see if I can make a pour spout on one side or the other or both, and I'll be right back. Okay, there you got it. Crucible. I put a little spout right there and a little spout right over here. Almost went through right there with the screwdriver. I just stuck it right there in that gap on the picnic table, and I hammered it down first like that, and then I hammered it to the side and then back to the other side to kind of make it where it would stretch that steel to form that spout, and then I took and drove it down in the middle again, and then I put it on the edge to give it a point like this. And I think I'm going to hit it with the Dremel again and then clean it up before I use it. I've got the yellow one to do. If I can find another screw like this. I only have one other one that I know of, and that'll be 2 crucibles, and I might make that one a little taller so that I can melt some aluminum in it. I've got a few ingots made up, and I've got some car parts that I'm going to repurpose into ingots, like this, and that way, that one turned out nice. I can just drop them down inside the crucible and melt them. But that one was really nice. Little muffins. Anyway, I think in order to make anything of any significant size, I'm going to have a much larger crucible, and I have a propane tank that is one of those short fat ones that will probably melt a substantial quantity of aluminum for me, but probably not enough for a lot of the projects I want to do, because I want to melt enough aluminum to be able to pour a full-size skull, a human skull, not a real human skull, but I have Party City store here that sells foam and plastic skulls, and if I can make a mold in green sand and pour it, that would be awesome. Also, I want to pour, when I get rolling with it, I want to pour some college team license plates to go on the front of your car. Yeah, they make them out of resin. I've got one from my favorite team, South Carolina Gamecocks, and I'm going to basically press it in green sand. That should be really simple, and just put a sprue and a vent on it, and pour the aluminum in it, and it should turn out great. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how I make the crucible. And today is the 23rd. The contest for the ring that I put up last week is going to be over in 7 days on the 30th, and I will draw on the 31st. So please, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like my video, and share it, please. I share it on Facebook every day, and I don't think any of my Facebook people give a rat's ass one way or the other. But anyway, that being said, that just gives you guys more opportunity to win. Also, don't forget, if you're going to make a video, to please have it up by the 29th so I can see it. Give me time to look at it and give you credit for it. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I do for all of you guys, so you do the same for me. Anyway, look down in there. See that valve? I didn't realize they stuck way down in there like that. And that's just, I guess, like the fill hole. And that's the you can see that there's a straighter valve in there for where the torch goes. So let me get on to the second one. I just wanted to show you guys how I make this crucible. Oh, and before I forget, I don't know how well it's going to hold up. I made this out of fire clay, sand, and water. I mixed it really dry and shoved it into the flasks that I made the silver ring, the silver lion's head ring out of. I don't think it's going to hold up too well, because it's kind of cracked here on the bottom. But I'm letting it dry for a few days, and then I'm going to fire it in the furnace and see if I can get it to get hard. You know, like a pottery does. But it's fire clay, sand, and water. And they say you can make things like that out of this, but it's kind of brittle. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm making a mold for making these. This here, I had to fight this thing. It's I put a Sprite can in the middle and just set it down in the bottom of the flask and pressed this in, stomped it in. I mixed it kind of dry, packed it in, rammed it in, and then the bottom was, I put the bottom in first so I could build up the sides. So we'll see how it turns out, and I'm gonna see about making the mold like I was talking about. Making it out of PVC and wood. Yeah, it sounds weird, doesn't it? But the wood's going to give it the shape on the inside. The PVC will give it the shape on the outside. And then I'm going to use a propane tank to, when I'm done, and I'll just take the propane tank and press it out of the PVC. And then once I get it out of the PVC, I can remove the wood, and it'll give me my shape. Because you don't want to make this stuff too wet or it'll just fall over on you. You want to make it really dry and pack it in there. I mean, pack it. This one I probably didn't pack enough. That's why I want to make the mold, so I can pack it really good. Anyway, this video is long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all have a great day.